So I noticed that I got one more note. My phone sends me updates on Tumblr, and I got one more note on my unfriended post, which was well, I was watching Brad Jones and Co. review of Unfriended. They started the video by making a joke. You know, I was expecting it to end with Bugs Bunny at the end going, and a sticker behind a computer screen. I was just like, holy shit, that would have been a much better ending. So, I made a photo set, which was a bunch of screenshots of Unfriended. And at the end, I put Bugs Bunny in front of his computer screen, just that smug look on his face that he had in that episode of that Duck Amuck episode where he was messing with Daffy Duck. Just at a computer screen, looking at the people. It was freaking hilarious. But apparently the internet doesn't think so, or it's being a while to take off. I don't know. It was freaking hilarious, man. You guys don't know anything. Fuck you. Well, Tumblr, not people watching this. I need one more. Okay, I need to get that. It's gonna be different this time. I have an infusion already, and I have 2 of those things. I just need an item to wrap it all up. Also, those are 3 lizard guys on fire. I don't know if I can do this. I thought it activated the thing. Yeah, well. These freaking healing drones suck. They do 5 health randomly. I'm expecting it to always heal you when you're missing health, but it doesn't. It's just not rapid enough for me. Like, it stopped there. Like, why would it stop? I'm not... Okay, I am completely healthy. Shut up. At least it's not a Magma Worm for the boss. Anyway. Other game that I had feelings about was Paper Mario Sticker Star. And, yes, it's very different from the normal Paper Mario games. The RPG element is kind of weird. It's like different. And instead of picking a command, you pick from a sticker, which is your attack. So like if you want to attack with a hammer, you need a hammer sticker. And if you want to attack by jumping, you need to find a boot sticker, and that's your attack. You can run out of stickers, but they're all like across the level. You have to go peel them off the level you're in. You have to kill things. And you can farm for the best stickers. I don't remember. The main thing you're supposed to do is get coins, because eventually it's a mechanic in which you spend coins to do more attacks in the same turn and use more stickers. And if you get like max stars or something, you can attack 5 times in one turn, and that's ideally what you want. And there's a way to enforce that by spending more coins to roll. It's like a bingo slot kind of thing every time if you want to attack more. I gotta kill somebody with last hit. It's like freaking MMO, or not an MMO, a MOBA. See, robot thing does not help. I'm gonna do a light cut here because I'm freaking out. Okay, that was a very fast cut. Okay, now I gotta move the mouse out of here, over there. Just gonna walk around for a bit more. Gonna kill that mushroom. Oh, he's freaking out. Everybody is freaking out, man. Whoops, I shot the wrong way. Yeah, it's just really different. There's not a lot of character dialogue. There's no partners. There's no. I'm not bashing the game for just saying a bunch of things it didn't have that the other game had, or other games had. But it's like I said about something. If the game is too different, then you're gonna lose a lot of the people that liked it for the first time. Or I don't know. The Paper Mario games were like increasingly good. Or like the next one upped the previous one, you know? But the Sticker Star, there's like, it's not that there's no story, but it's the story seems kind of like not fleshed out enough for me. I did a lot of walking around aimlessly in that game because the way you progress is you're supposed to get like these environmental kind of stickers to change the environment. Oh good, this is a good item. And like there's a part where there's a level that has a forest, and there's a room in the forest that is set up like a bowling alley. And you're supposed to have a bowling sticker star. You're supposed to have come back with the bowling ball sticker and use it there, and it opens up a new part of the area. Sometimes it's not super obvious what the item is, and that made me walk around a lot aimlessly. And not platforming really, but level design wise too, it's a lot more centered on finding secret corridors and shit. Okay, this is gonna be a great run because I have already 3 rockets. It's mostly centered on finding hidden passageways, which is not something you always did in the other games. I feel like it was more that this time around. Like, you enter the Sphinx level, you walk around the whole thing, and it's like, where am I supposed to go? There's no way in. And I was like, oh, you're supposed to use the fan sticker to blow away some part of the thing. Like, I don't know, some things in that game was like, I would not have thought to do that until I looked it up. What was the second thing? Are these 2 healing drones? No, one's a shooter. Okay. Speaking of disappointments, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the 3DS, the Gates of Infinity, more like Gates of Shit. Why? Because it's not as good as the previous ones by a long shot. It ruins a lot of the mechanics that the previous games had. Most important to me is the ability to stack missions or rescues requests or whatever to do. Like, say, in the previous game, you could pick this. If you had missions for the same dungeon you were going to, you could turn them all on and then go through the whole dungeon and just knock them out. In the new one, you can only do one at a time, even if it's for the same dungeon. And that's such BS. That's ridiculous. And once you beat the mission, you can either walk around on the floor or leave. You can't keep going. It's kind of ridiculous. And there's like a third as many dungeons as the previous ones. The other ones had at least like 20 or 30. This one has like 12, and there's DLC dungeons, but I think there's like 5. The Pokemon, the previous ones included all the Pokemon that were available in that gen. Like, the first Mystery Dungeon was 3rd gen based. I don't think there's anything I'm forgetting. It had Pokemon from 3rd gen, had almost all of them, except for like a few legendaries that I guess they couldn't work in there. But it had almost all of them. They could all be recruitable, all be playable, and the next one was based on 4th gen. It had mostly all of them, except for a few legendaries, like I said, and they were all playable. You could beat any of them. And the starters, all the starters were available to you, based on the quiz that you took or whatever. But in Gates of Infinity, it has 5th gen Pokemon. You can only be Pikachu, Axew, or the 5th gen starters. That was it. Only 4 or 5. And that's also ridiculous. Like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like a watered down version of the good Mystery Dungeons. It's so awful. And I counted. I was looking at what Pokemon are actually in this game. There is literally 5 from each gen, and then like 15 from Gen 5. So that's like under 100 Pokemon. It's ridiculous. It's such not as good. It's so not as good. If you want to pick up a Mystery Dungeon game, don't get this guy's gonna get murdered. Don't pick that game. Just don't get Gates of Infinity. I give it like 2 out of 5. A 2 out of 5. Wow. I talked for a while. I guess dungeon-wise, it tried something new, which I thought was actually kind of cool, but like, if it just had all the things the old one did, and that, it would be pretty great. It actually said it different from the other ones. One of my guys died. There was a mechanic in the dungeons that was like a mystery level. If a dungeon had a high amount of mysteriosity, then the dungeon would change in the middle of you going through it from floor to floor. This could involve like going to a completely different dungeon, being in a different world, dimension, and the Pokemon would be a bit harder depending on the mysteriosity level. It ranged from 1 to 5, 1 being the less mysterious, and 5 being like the most hectic, crazy thing. So that was a kind of cool thing, but it did not make up for everything else being stupid and just like not as good as the other thing.